Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on Uranus going direct out of retrograde. So first I'm just going to talk about the summary of the positive and negatives of Uranus going direct, just the general meaning, and then I'm going to go into the specifics of the saving degree and the aspects that Uranus are making this year when it goes direct. So positively, when Uranus goes direct out of retrograde, it can bring more excitement and spontaneity to our lives. It allows us to maybe apply those innovative ideas and solutions to our problems rather, that we may have got when Uranus was retrograde, but we couldn't quite apply practically in our lives, because retrograde energy is all about us going inward and thinking about the energies inwardly. So Uranus in retrograde wants us to think about becoming more authentic and original, being more humanitarian, charitable in our actions, and to be more forward thinking. So now Uranus is going direct, we can work more on our personal growth and work on putting our innovative, non-conformist ideas into practice. But on the negative end, it can bring sudden and unexpected changes and disruptions to our routines and relationships and lives in general, and this can make us scared and a bit restless and sometimes impulsive and impatient. So we need to try and bring in stability and try and learn to be stable even when life is storming, because life often storms a lot, because we can only control ourselves, we can't control others in life. So there's always going to be changes out of our control that we're always going to have to adjust to. So psychologically, Uranus going direct can make us want to be more independent, free and individual, breaking free from what other people expect of us. Even though this can be scary or we may get rejection, it gives us this strong sense of rebellion if we tap into it, because we have to use this energy 9 times out of 10, or if we resist using it, then sometimes, like I said, life will life and remove things and people out of our life that we try to cling to because we need to move on. So the best use of Uranus going direct is to be flexible, be open to change, take risks, get out of your comfort zone, try and work on building on trusting your intuition. And we do this by working through the many fears and negative voices, maybe of past suggestions and things people said to us in the past that weren't nice and stuff, and going around in our heads and stuff. So we have to get rid or learn to discern those voices from our still intuitive voice. So embracing new experiences, working more with your inner world, but putting it more into practical action now, taking practical steps to change your life and be more individual and to go after your freedom. So this year, when Uranus goes direct, it happens on the 27th of January this year, 2024 at 7:35. So first, Mercury makes a trine to Uranus, so this supports us in being more open-minded, can give us flashes of inspiration as well as a plan to practically put these ideas into practice in our day-to-day life. It gives a supportive environment for technological and scientific and medical advancements and intellectual breakthroughs, so good for research, coding, technical data work and stuff like that. Scientists and such people, inventors and entrepreneurs, can devise new, inventions or business strategies. It's good for newness. Venus also makes a sextile square to Uranus, so this can bring, a mix of instability but also fun to our relationships and financial and inner value worlds. So we have to watch out for sudden changes in our financial circumstances. For instance, some of you may have some kind of whirlwind romance that sparks intense passion. The ones, it's like attraction which you mistake normally for love at first sight, and then it can fizzle out quickly. It can also make us waste a lot of money as we get caught up in indulgence or this romance and stuff. So just watch out for impulsive spending, and some of you may actually gain money as well as lose it. So it's positive and negative. Saturn also makes a quintile to Uranus at this time, so Uranus is going to be direct out of retrograde now for the next 9 months, because Uranus won't go into retrograde again to the 1st of September. So like 8-9 months of direct energy, allowing us to be more us, authentically us. So Saturn's quintile to Uranus allows us to blend tradition with progress and the future, being more bold and having more of a global futuristic mindset, allowing us to go after new ideas and carry them out in structured and disciplined ways, finding creative ways to achieve our long-term goals and adapting modern technologies to old established principles, blending the ancient with the future. So this can help us to just go get it, because also Mars is making a trine to Uranus as well, so this is like a double blend of a lot of Uranus aspect, but just a lot of motivation. So this backs up us taking more courageous, bold, decisive action, overcoming obstacles, confronting them head on to achieve our personal sort of like a maybe career and academic or even spiritual or exercise or sexual goals as well, driving us to pursue our passions fearlessly while also respecting other people's boundaries as well. So some of you may feel inspired to start a new exercise regime, a business, move to a new country, start a new relationship, and just take more calculated risks that really push you to go for your overall highest potential growth and success, while just having faith in the process. Now Uranus, when it goes direct this year in the 25th degree of Aries, the Sabian symbol is a double promise, reveals its inner and outer meaning. So it's really significant because Uranus retrograde, it wants us to go inner, and Uranus going direct is all about using this energy in a direct way, so outwardly. It reminds us that there's always a dual nature to everything, especially in life, and it implies that promises that we make in our life can affect various areas of our life, from our career choices, relationships and personal goals. So this tells us that there can be unexpected opportunities or sudden changes that can lead to us growing and widening our perspectives and breaking free, as I said before. So if someone's been feeling stuck in their career or relationship, Uranus going direct from retrograde, you can meet a new partner who challenges your beliefs about your existing partner or come up with an unexpected job offer. And this is not like saying you're going to cheat or something, but you can just be given a different sort of option, and this new can lead to more deeper personal growth and the fulfillment of long-term desires of yours. Negatively, it can make us more unstable, things can be more uncertain. So again, make sure you're prepared to live through the repercussions of your actions and stuff, but that's not to scare you, but just to make you aware that conflicting energies can also be at play, and this can manifest as inner conflicts or external challenges or people disrupting your stability, and they can bring about a sense of chaos as well. So this just wants us to be open-minded and try and do things that can help us stay grounded and adaptable, being willing to step out of our comfort zones and become more resilient and start just, you know, having more self-forgiveness and love and empathy for yourself and others, and pushing yourself to sort of like go after your truest potential. So yeah, that's the end of the short version of what it means for Uranus to go direct out of retrograde this year and what it means in general. Now I'm going to talk about the deeper mechanics of the astrological, practical, spiritual and esoteric, symbolic, creative and emotional meanings, and what it means more for all forms of relationships on committed and co-workers, and more about what it means for, you know, alternative healers and entrepreneurs, and what's the best things for us to do in terms of our spiritual educational development and stuff. So if you want to hear all of that, listen on. If not, thanks for listening. So yeah, astrologically, Uranus, as I said, is the planet of sudden change and innovation, so it can be like a cosmic wake-up call, shaking up our lives. With Uranus's electrifying energy when it goes direct, we can, you know, expect an increase in unexpected events or things that get us out of our comfort zone. So practically, it wants us to break free from our old patterns. This can be thought patterns, toxic relations, patterns, addictive, self-destructive patterns, and embrace new methods of dealing with our psychological and emotional spiritual pain and managing it as well. Uranus going direct can be like jazzing up your morning routine by switching coffee for some kind of, you know, energizing tea, or skydiving instead of knitting, you know, getting out there. So spiritually and esoterically, it wants us to awaken into our sense of freedom. It wants us to dismantle any psychological, emotional, spiritual and physical walls that we've built around our minds and hearts, allowing fresh perspectives to flood in and new behaviours to form and words and ideas to come alive. It can be like finding the courage to step in a room full of strangers and realising that each unfamiliar face holds the potential for growth and connection, rather than fearing the unknown, which we all do. We're all guilty of doing that as humans, and we try and create these kind of comfort zones that are really not comforting in the long run, because the seasons changing always remind us that life will always change, and typically unexpectedly. So symbolically, Uranus going direct serves as a symbol of revolution and rebellion. It encourages us to challenge social norms and break free from the oppressive and destructive structures and behaviours and relationships that hold us back, and start, you know, finding and embracing our authentic self, and just getting into our innate talent, starting things that we may have not done since early adulthood or childhood. And, you know, maybe some of you may physically do it by dyeing your hair a bold colour, or getting a tattoo, or just dressing more in a way that represents your true identity, even if it goes against what mainstream fashion is at the moment as well. So Uranus sparks our imagination and ignites our innovative spirit, and emotionally it can be like a roller coaster of feelings as we have all these new urges to be new, to leave our fears behind, our past behind, and open up to newness. And for some of us this be across all areas of our life, and for others it just be changing a small thing, and that's okay. So, you know, just be open to changing your life and being open to newness. On the worldly level, it can bring sudden changes in financial markets, can see a change in technology or major advancements in the medical scientific sort of research world that can cause shifts in our consumer behaviour. Industries and services and products that rely on innovation and adaptability may experience challenges and opportunities as they try and push themselves forward. Politically, there can be a sort of unexpected revolution or upheaval on the political front. Some countries may change leadership, new systems may come into power. There can be a rise of new political ideologies and social movements, and this can bring about shift in power dynamics. socially, because this can make us more, charitable, rebellious and individualistic. We may feel compelled to break free from societal norms, as I said, and embrace our unique identities. Also, this can lead to an increase in activism, social cause for justice and equality. Ultimately, it wants us to fight against oppressive structures and move towards more progressive ones that foster and develop and welcome an inclusive society. So now I'm going to talk about the karmic lessons and the past life implications of Uranus going out of retrograde. So it wants us to examine our past actions and their consequences, encouraging us to rectify, change, make amends of any negative behaviours or words that we've accumulated this lifetime or over other lifetimes. And you may think, how can I do that? And it just can be as simple as, because we don't know directly our wrongs in our past lifetimes and stuff, just by trying to do the right thing, paying attention to the themes that keep on coming up in your life. Now, in what ways do you kind of get in the way of you being an individual? What are you scared of sticking out, other people laughing at you or criticising you or rejecting you? In what ways do you probably non-conform too much, going at your way to disturb the peace? Are there another way that you can go about that can sort of like build healthy relationships in your life? Because sometimes we can have these defensive mechanisms that we use our personal identity to push people away when we really want to bring them near us, and we're all being guilty of that. So just looking at the ways how you use your individuality. Do you hide it? Why do you hide it? Do you overuse it? Why do you overuse it? It challenges us to get out of our comfort zones, whatever that is for you, and let go of old beliefs that no longer serve you. And by embracing the karmic lessons, we can move forward on our evolution on the spiritual, emotional, psychological, intellectual levels, or all four, releasing our karmic baggage, making way for greater growth. In terms of past life implications, it can give us valuable insights into unresolved issues and unfinished business from previous lives. So this, again, like I said, can come through dream, just paying attention to the things that happen over the next 7 to 8 months while Uranus is direct, and finding a resolution on, trying to resolve this energy. And sometimes it can just be simple as saying, I forgive you, to yourself or others in your mind, not always directly, by opening yourself up to your higher self, your intuition, and just having more of an open mind and embracing change, just allowing yourself to grow. So Uranus is known for its disruptive nature. It can push us out of our comfort zone, and sometimes it can be hard, but ultimately these pushes are testing our resilience, conviction. Do we really believe in the things we believe in? Do we really want to be an individual? These situations that come up in our life over this time are asking us, how much do we really want to be ourselves, and how much we need to let go of the things that hold us back from connecting with ourselves and others. And for some of you, it can be dropping your defense mechanisms that keep you away from other people and them away from you as well. And just remember that these challenges are meant to push us forward on our spiritual and personal growth journeys, and they are not intending to harm us. So now I'm going to talk about what Uranus going direct means for our family, friend set, co-worker and committed and hookup relationships. So in family relationships, we can have more fun and adventure. It's a good idea to communicate more openly, but be aware of the conflict that can happen. People can be more assertive at this time to express themselves assertively, and this can be out of everyone in the household or in the family's comfort zone. So there may be conflicts, but just try and have an open mind, assert your wishes, listen to other people's wishes, try and find a compromise. providing a safe, acting, listening space for both you and everyone else involved to talk and have their needs at least heard and addressed, and to just find balance, because too much unpredictable, you may want to do your own thing, and yes, it's important to be ourselves, but just remember to try and find balance and respect other people's boundaries as well. Friendships can feel more freer at this time. We can have more of a sense of liberation and share more fun experiences with friends, or just share more meaningful connections as well. But negatively, we can have more misunderstandings and disagreements in these relationships. But ultimately, again, this is a warning for us to try and get more understanding and patience into our friendships, or to leave them behind if that's what we need to do. In terms of co-worker relationships, co-workers can think more out of the box, and we can get breakthroughs by working with other people, but we can also have some uncertainty because of people thinking outside of the box. Some people may want to stick to tradition, so it's crucial for us to, find balance once again in between asserting our beliefs and letting other people have the space to execute their ideas as well, and collaborating rather than, just kind of being a dictator right now as well. But just try and adapt and work through the struggles that come up. In terms of committed relationships, again, it can just make things more, have a sense of freedom, but it can also cause tension because, one person, it's great if both of you want more fun and adventure, but if one person is the only one who wants that can cause conflict and question the stability of the relationship. So it's important to communicate and listen and try and work through and compromise rather than push and break the whole relationship, unless that's what you want to do. And in terms of hookups, they can become more passionate, more spontaneous, but it's important to make sure that you establish clear boundaries and maintain open communication, just to make sure everybody's on the same page and everything's safe. And because when Uranus is direct, things can change rapidly, so it's important to be mindful of each other's needs and desires in committed and hookup relationships, and just be aware of other people's needs and your own need to be individual and family and co-worker and all other types of relationships right now as well. In terms of career development, it's best for us to embrace innovation and be flexible, because if you're inflexible at this time, this can cause trouble in your career. So just try and be open-minded, because you can lead to some great potential breakthroughs in your career, or going for a new job, or just new and exciting things can happen there for you. So in career overall, just be open-minded and flexible and be open to growth. In terms of spiritual growth, do all you can to connect with your inner self on a deeper level and explore new spiritual practices or philosophies that resonate with your evolving beliefs. Allow yourself to change and explore and become firm in your own understanding. In terms of personal development, embrace letting go of old patterns and relationships that get in the way of your growth, and educationally go after unconventional approaches to learning things. You may find yourself drawn to new subjects or learning methods, breaking from traditional sort of methods. Just allow yourself to be inspired as you pursue your own unique educational opportunities and explore alternative paths on your academic sort of journey. So now I'm going to sum up the best things for creatives, professionals, entrepreneurs and alternative healers and lovers to do when Uranus goes direct out of retrograde. So all in all, creatives, push boundaries, allow yourself to explore new techniques and break free from convention and explore untraditional ideas, and let your imagination flow freely while also meeting the practicalities of life as well. Professionals, you may want to consider a career change, or just becoming more sort of disciplined and focused and productive, that's the word, on how you innovate and go about your day-to-day career tasks and stuff like that, and look at new ways of doing things and network with different people, because even though you may be reluctant to do so, doing so can push you and your professional life forward in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Entrepreneurs can use this to implement new technologies with old ways of working, so you can reach new target audiences and sort of like just take risks, calculated risks, so you can just stay relevant and expand your ventures. Alternative healers, it's best to sort of like explore alternative approaches to wellness, maybe relearn the things you think you already know, as well as, just updating your skills, as this can lead to breakthroughs. Researching and implementing new techniques can lead to breakthroughs in your ability to help others. And lovers can use this energy ultimately to become more spontaneous in your relationship, taking up new activities together, breaking free from old routines, and developing a more authentic connection with your loved one or loved ones daily, by allowing yourself to fall in love with all aspects of yourself, even your shadow and your Uranian traits. So yeah, that's the end of this in-depth special on Uranus going direct out of retrograde. Take care and see you next time.